Well, there are a number of tools, and these days you have the sky in your hands with devices like Google Sky in a tablet or your phone, which you can just point to the sky once you give information to these devices, which is the location and time, etc. On the other hand, getting a simple traditional sky map, a printed sky map on a white sheet of paper with just few black dots for the stars, which you take out and maybe put it over your head and try and match the stars in that map with what you have in the sky, might be useful. And along with such information, it is also useful to know what's out there in the sky, what's the sky calendar like. So for this purpose, there is one very useful site which can be used both to know the sky calendar, maybe make your own map. In some cases, you might also want to make a custom map, a map which is not the full sky in a circle, but a segment of it. When you are looking towards a direction, say south or in any direction, and the part of the sky that's visible to you there, and if you take out an image which shows the stars at a specific time, sometimes, particularly for those who are just trying to get familiar with the skies, such a device might be of use. There is this site, calsky.com, and it's a wonderful site for anyone setting out to get to know what's out there in the sky, what is it that they can see, what are the interesting celestial events just ahead, and so on. So let's use this site. This site also generally kind of guesses your geographic location, but you may want to give it a little more specific information as to where you are situated. The first thing to do is give it your coordinates, and perhaps you may want to then enter exact coordinates, and you get them perhaps from the map or detailed maps from Wikimapia, etc., etc., and you enter your exact coordinates here, and if you like, name your site. And you are set. Right. So we have now set ourselves for the location from where we wish to observe. And now, what is it that this site can give to us? It can give us an enormous help in terms of what activities we wish to do and so on. One of the things we might just now wish to do is obtain sky maps. And I would also like to mention that one should definitely explore this calendar, because this will give you a number of events which are there ahead, and you can make your choices what kind of events you wish to observe, so you can keep yourself updated. But for now, we are going to take this option, Deep Sky, which will help us obtain sky maps. So we can take it for any time in the evening. Sometime we want to take observations, we take for that, and we may want to have slightly larger size of the total map that we get. We want the whole sky, let's say, and in which case we say the whole sky, and we look at the zenith, and we will get our circular sky map that we are looking for. So it's for the time here, the date and the time, which and the site that we have set. Here is, you can maybe have a screen capture of this, color invert it, and then print it out, and you have your entire sky in your hands, even if you don't have any devices at that time accessible to you. But when you are actively using this, this also lets you know what all is out there. You simply have to hover over these objects and you get to know what these are. So this is a wonderful tool for you to get to know these. And if you are going to take it off site, I mean, you take it to the site where you don't have this sky calculator handy with you, then you may also wish to take out some horizon maps. So what will you do for that? In particular, at the moment we are looking at possibilities of seeing um, the comet Lovejoy, and so we would like to have views related to that. Then for that, one thing is, you might, in general, when you want a horizon view of the sky, you say which direction you want to look at, and you give it about, let's say, 90 degrees. You want to look, let's say you are looking towards east and you want to know what's out there, so that you get a horizon sky map. Then this is what you can do. So you are looking due east, that's what you have chosen, and at the time, etc., that you mentioned. So now when you look at the sky, your view is more likely to be something of this kind. You may not then want to have the constellations, because what you see in the sky are just going to be dots. And now if you are at a location which has much fewer stars, here of course it doesn't allow you to go below this, highly light polluted sites, to sometimes maybe you might even want to go for 2 or 1.5 as the limiting magnitude, which is a measure of what is the light pollution, how many stars you will see. The smaller this number, the lesser the stars that you will see. But it allows you only up to this. It doesn't really allow you to go to highly light polluted skies like what you have in Delhi and so on. So now you will see that in front of you are these points of light, and you can then match this with what you are seeing in the sky. Of course, you could get all of these through devices like Google Sky on your tablet and so on, where you have it live in your hand. But when you don't have these devices, and maybe you are looking at help offline, and then you are going to take something with you on site as printouts, then this will be very useful to use. Now let's also look at this calendar, which tells you what all is there for you to see. But we are particularly interested in this comet for now, because this is what is there, an exciting event out there in the sky, which we might want to look at now. If you are seeing this video at another time, perhaps when the comet is no longer so visible, you may try to do it for any other object which is visible at that time. Once again, what do we want? Let's see what direction. Suppose we say south, and we give this 90 degrees, and look at what's out there at that time. Then what objects is it giving to us? Well, actually the comet is in the field of view. Let's maybe for a while now leave the constellations on. The comet is in the field of view, however, it's to one end of it, and let's try southeast direction and see what else is out there which will help us to locate this comet. So we now have that, and what do we see? This is something very useful. We have the constellation Orion here and Taurus, and we can see that this line here is where the comet is. This is, remember, this is set for a specific time and date and for a specific location, and we have this here, the position of the comet. And we may then also look where for slightly light polluted skies, what's going to be out there. But remember that from very light polluted skies, you may need to scan these areas of the sky. Perhaps this is all you see in the sky, a few stars of Orion and here Taurus, and you will need to scan the sky with a pair of binoculars, first locating maybe either this star or this star, which are bright stars. And what happens is that when you are scanning the sky with a pair of binoculars, as opposed to looking at it with your eyes, just with your eyes, your field of view gets a little limited. It will get much more limited if you look at it through telescope and so on. But a pair of binoculars is still going to limit your field of view, but not as much as a telescope. It helps you therefore to scan these areas of the sky. So when you are seeing only a part of it, you have to get a sense by scanning here. Here for instance, there are these 3 stars in a line. So if you scan these with a pair of binoculars, you will, when you are in this region, you will get the sense that yes, these are the stars which I am seeing. Because it's not always very easy when you are there. If you are a first timer, take a pair of binoculars and scan the skies where your view is limited to know for sure that this is where you are in the sky. So scan this and maybe go here and slowly move from here to try and see whether you are able to reach this particular region. And if you happen to be in a light pollution free region, then you are actually going to be seeing a lot more of stars in this region. And so you may then be able to use this map. You are going to hop from here to here to here, here and so on till you reach this region, and you have to keep doing it over and over to get a good sense of what has to be done to do this.